a little bit more when I want to do like stories or something quick, but I do most of my stuff on the desktop version. It is synced to each other, so whatever you do on your phone will make changes on your desktop, and whatever changes on your desktop you make will also transfer to your phone. There's a free version and there's a pro version. The free version does have templates, like free templates. It has about 8,000, but the paid one actually has about 60,000. And they just updated a lot of their stuff recently, like a lot of their fonts and things like that. So, and added more stock pictures. So it's definitely worth it if you want to do the pro version. And this one's a paid version. The free version obviously is free. The pro is $9.95 billed yearly. So if you do get it, it's a good investment if you really plan to do a lot of your social media marketing, not only your like Instagram stuff, but you can also make postcards, you can make flyers, you can make infographics, you can also have them printed here. It's really handy, not just for one thing, but many, many things. So the most important thing to do is to create a branding kit for yourself. As you can see, these are all in order, like they have, like they're appealing. They have a color palette, they have a logo, they have fonts that match, they have shapes, and they have patterns that all flow together. And when you pick your colors, you can choose any colors you want. You don't necessarily have to do any of these. And, you know, whatever logo you decide to use, just make sure that you incorporate your colors on them. As you can see here, this is a social media posting and on Instagram, and you can see their colors match here. So all of their buttons are green, black, off-white, and I think that's like yellow mustard. And see, all of their posts match all those colors and their color palette. And it just makes it a little more appealing, a little less busy, just so it can all flow all together. And Canva Pro lets you create your own branding kit. I'll show you guys where and how. So the other thing is, it's important to incorporate your brand in there. A lot of the times, you know, you can put it in a small space on the side, just so it's not in your face. You can put a transparency mode just so it's a little more soft. As you can see, you can see the examples. This one's a little more harsher as opposed to this one. And there's a transparency feature that I'll show you on there as well. It's the little square that kind of is disappearing. And you can see here what difference it makes. On here, none of it is transparent. So I used the square, I added the words and then the background, but you can't see any of it. So on this one, I used the transparency mode on only the square. And as you can see, it gives you a different visual of the background. Like you can see it, but it's not too prominent. And on here, I just left the square altogether. And you can see it gives you a different visual of each. It makes a big difference using the transparency mode. A lot of the times when things aren't working or things aren't flowing correctly, I'll use the transparency mode and try and see if I can make something more prominent or make something a little softer so it'll flow a little better. And then it's important also to mix it up. Like I said, they've updated a lot of their fonts. They have a lot of neons, a lot of effects that you can use now. So it'll be fun to use on any of the posts that are interactive. Like I don't know if you guys follow. Well, I'm sure you guys follow our Remax page. I've used the polls. For the polls, these are really fun, just to add a different kind of blend, a different color to it. And then where I get my pictures from, I do get them from Canva. They have a lot of stock pictures, or I can Google them, or Pinterest, or hashtags, or real life. I like to use things that are relatable, just like this one, this post that I did. it's a slow process, but quitting won't speed it up. It's the same thing. Like I used a home in the back where up in the background, not necessarily a real house, but you could see they're like holding hands and they're walking towards their goal. So it's a little bit relatable. Like you can get there and it's almost within reach. So it has to kind of go with the words and what you want to say. Um, And then it's important to update your social media profile. So take a look at your stats. What's working, you can use more of, you can do more of. If you guys have a business page, there's stats that you can see on there. I can show you where, but it'll tell you what more of your viewers are looking at and what they're not. Sometimes it shows you what they save. And a lot of the times what they save is like what you can do more of. You can be active on your social responses. I know some of you have joined our social media power hour, which is great. We've been using it a lot to interact with a lot of clients and just have some sort of back and forth. And it's important. It's important for them to not just to make the post, but interact with them and be seen on social media. There's a social media rollout. I know you guys from the Power Hour have a calendar that we've made for you, but there's also different things you can do, like start of the day, positive quote, market update, a video. You can do events like Mother's Day, Memorial Day. If you're attending a Zoom class, if you're teaching, it's also important because they see that you're also educating yourself, not just them, but yourself. And you can do national days, like today was National Lipstick Day. We made a social media post about that one today. It gets a lot of interaction. We also did a story where you can pick which one is your favorite. They're really fun, especially for people that have nothing really to do like now that they're at home. They can interact with you. It's a really good way to interact with them, because when they choose their selection, you'll be like, oh great, like I love that shade, or I have never tried it, I wonder what it looks like, or I bet it's great, or whatever it may be. And you can also leave room for spontaneity, like a funny story that you have, something that you happened upon. You can even just go on live and just be like, this is what happened today, or like this is a question that I've been getting a lot. Just things like that to give your feed a little bit more content. So for posting on your social media, it also lets you save as a PNG and JPEG file. Those work for images, for emailing, and for texting. If you're going to be texting, I know a lot of you do farming. If you're going to be doing texting to your farm, when it's a non-iPhone, it's a great to send PNG and JPEG files. So for Androids and other phones like that, PNG and JPEG files are great. If you have an iPhone, PDF files are great to send. You can see it on there. It's like a flyer. If you send a flyer, it's great to have for them. Like they can print it or they can use it however they feel, but iPhones are great for that. You can also send videos and MP4 videos, and you can also print from there. Hold on, I have, love that graphic. Thank you, Alia. Okay, so I'm gonna go through the basics of Canva. So this is my presentation. I'm just gonna get a blank page for here so I can show you. Okay. So as I said, yes.
I have a quick question. On your presentation, can I see the slide, the one, it's like 2 slides after the house and the people walking? Yeah, that one. Right below the very next one. Yeah, that one. Okay. I just didn't get a chance to read the bottom.
Oh yeah, so how I choose my picture. So I just relate to what I'm saying, or your post about Mother's Day, or what do you think when you think about your mom, or you know, just like emotional things. Like people relate to them because I know Sonia was talking about a story about how she loved what is it? Karate Kid? She loved Karate Kid as a kid and she would watch it all the time. And they have a series on YouTube and she's like, she was saying, she's like, it's super corny, but it's all the original cast. But because she tied that memory to it, it's great. You want to put things that are nostalgic. You want to put things that are emotional, that people have emotional ties to it. If you have an emotional tie, chances are that your audience does too, so you can post things like that. Like she could have posted something like that too, like I'm watching this YouTube, I love it, or whatever it may be. Or does anybody remember watching the Karate Kid, the original post, just things like that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to use a blank one right now to show you some of the features. So right here you have templates. No, wait, you know what, I'm going to go all the way back. So I'm going to go to the home page because I was going to show you the branding kit. So this is your home page. It says design anything and you can search anything. You search any templates on here. It gives you Twitter headers, calendars. Like I said, you not only is it for social media, but you can make posters, you can make calendars, weekly calendars on it. You can have your presentations on it like I just had. You can make videos. You can even make your logos on here. You have infographics, invitations, even birthday invitations or invitations to social gatherings. Like if you're going to have a mixer or you're going to have, Sonia does a lot of Clients for Life. She has a Clients for Life Facebook group where she does some events for her past clients. You can make invitations on here for them. You can make cards. You can make their business cards. You can make brochures, photo collage, your resumes. There's many, many things that you can do on here. So it's really, really handy. So on the left right here, you can see the branding kit. So here you would upload your logo and then you would upload the colors that you use. Right here you can see I have the Remax branding colors, which is the blue and the red. I got these online. I just searched Remax colors. And then when I added it, they gave me the hex code. So this right here is the hex code. So you would just drop it in there, whatever hex code that you like. So if you go on Pinterest and you see a color palette and they give that you like and then you want to incorporate in your brand and you grab the hex color, that's where you can drop it in. And I'll actually show you really quickly. Let me take my screen off and show my full entire screen. So we're gonna go to Pinterest. That's where I usually search. Palette. Sorry, color. Branding kit palette. Okay, so see, some of them popped up, but I'm looking for one that's gonna give you hex codes. Let's see. Let me see if I can find one really quickly. Okay, so see here, it gave me the hex code, so it's EC957C. You see? EC957.
I like that color.
I know it's really pretty. But see, like if you don't know where to start or you don't have a color palette, like there's different places you can go. Like for example, Pinterest, it's really, really nice. This color palette, it's beautiful. Like you can use it for all your branding, or if you want to do just something simple, if you don't want to make it super duper colorful, look at these different shades of blue. Even that's really nice. It'll look nice on everything that you have, and it's blue like Remax. You can incorporate like maybe some some burgundy in there, and it would be really, really nice. So you can find any of the hex codes on Pinterest, and you can make your own branding kit on here. And not only that, it lets you add different palettes. So if you want one for spring, like a spring palette, or if you want one for personal use, you can also add different palettes on here. And then you can add your fonts as well. So if you want to use only a certain amount of fonts, like a certain type of font for your headings, always, then you just pick it here.
When you're done.
And you pick your subheadings and then your body headings as well. So it lets you easily use it. So I'm going to show you exactly why this one is important. So I'm going to go back to my Canva presentation. And it probably won't sync because it's not refreshed. But had I, or actually, you know what? I'm going to exit out. And I'm going to go back to it. Back to the bottom. And now see my heading is there. So now anytime, I don't have to go scrolling through any of the fonts to get that same one. So if this is what I'm going to use, I'm going to use this one. Oops, I think I have it in caps. I'm going to put Canva example. So now whenever I need it, it's always going to be there. And then my branding kits, if I choose on the color right here, then I have them right there. You see the Remax color palette and then my palette. So you don't have to type in those hex codes every single time. It's always going to be there in your branding colors for you so that you can use them in any sort of way. And you can also use it in your pictures. So your pictures also have a color palette. So right here, you see how the Remax one, they're giving you the colors for the Remax balloon. The blue, the red, and everything else. Sonia has hers right here. And like say you were doing the home and you wanted to match it to the color palette, this one, you would just come right here and you see how it grabs the colors from the picture. And you just choose that. Now, I was talking about the fonts. So here are the different fonts that you can use, the font combinations, and they're all available for you. And you can also change the lettering. So if you like this with the neon, but you want to change it to a different color, you can also do that right here. Or you can choose a completely different font. So it lets you change all of this. And you don't have to use that one. See, it lets you switch it. It doesn't have to stay with that, with what that says. It's just a font for you so you can kind of see how to use it. Like this one, it's two different ones. So if I wanted to do that, I can also change them up. And then right here, I'm gonna go to elements. And it has different things you can use. Like you can use grids, you can use shapes, frames, stickers. You can add charts, and then you can add gradients, you can add lines. There are also packages for you. So if you're looking for things about coronavirus, if you're looking for foliage, if you're looking for zodiac signs, simple drawings, camping, flowers, animals, they have a ton of resources here for you. You just have to go through them. So if you're looking to do something with travel, obviously no one's really traveling right now, but if you were, they have a whole travel package here for you with a bunch of the stickers, and you can use them anywhere you want. So if you want to put a collage, like this is my next travel destination. You can use many of your icons here. And you can also switch these colors. Now the grids are used when you want to do your own background. So see, I put a grid for the whole back. So because this one's a travel one, I'm gonna do clouds. So I'm gonna search for clouds. I'm gonna go on photos here. And like I said, they have tons of stock photos. So I'm gonna search for clouds. And I'm gonna just grab whichever one I like. And I'm just gonna drop it into the grid. And you see how it just snapped inside? That's what the grid is for. It's just to grab the pictures and then drop them in there so that it'll grab it all. Because if I move the grid here, you see it goes all of it. So it's not the background. It's just if you want to put a portion of it. And say I wanted to do dark sky. See, the grid is just so that you can insert a picture within something else. And they have different shapes. So when I add like people's faces or things like that, that's what I use. I use the frames, and I can use different types. It doesn't have to be just the normal ones. They also have stickers that you can use so that you can make your post a little bit more fun. With the stickers, you do have to download it as a video, but you can upload them to social media posts and things like that. So don't think you can't upload video. You can. It just, you have to download it here as a video. Here. When you're ready to post it and download it. But there's a ton of little fun ones that you can use. You can resize. And now here is the little transparency feature that I was talking about. And see how it lets you toggle between. And then say that you are using this. I want to travel to Ireland one day. And then you start writing a body paragraph or something. I want to go see the castle. So I'm just going to make something up right now. But say you like the font from here, instead of going through and searching all over for it, there's a little copy style right here, and it'll copy the style of your writing. So this one, and then you just place it on the one you want it to be copied in, and it'll copy the size and the font. So you have to go looking for it, or you don't have to go try and get the right sizing or try and get the right fit or the font in case you forget. So that's what that little tool's for. And if I wanted to do that. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about was the positioning. You see how these are overlaid on top of each other? There's a thing on Canva called position. So you can move the text backward. Let me see. You see it took over that. So now it's behind the image. So you can choose to put it forward or backwards, and that works a lot with font. Like here, if I put this on first and then I drag this one in afterward and then you can't see it, but you want it to be on top of it, that's what you would do. So you would position it forward. And then a lot of the times when you have things like in the background right here, that you want to put them more prominent or backwards, or sometimes when you can't grab the images, it's because the positioning is on top of the other one and you have to position it backwards instead, so that you can be able to grab that font or that image that you're trying to get. Now, we also have music. It also, you can also add music here. It's stock music, so it's not really like anything popular or anything on the radio right now. It's just like stock music that they have, but it's nice when you want to put like a small video together, or you want to put something together like that. Like if you have a video of the home, like a tour of the home, and it doesn't contain video, but you want to put something in there, it's really, really easy to use. So let me do that. Let me add a video right now. So there's videos right here. And then what I've been doing is I've been adding like neighborhood shots. So see, it goes around the neighborhood, but it's completely silent. So what I'll do is I'll add a little bit of music, so it's not so. And that's all you do. You just grab it and drop it in. And it should let you hear it. Oh, it's probably because I'm on Zoom that I won't let you hear it. But when you download it, when you go to download it, and it will take a little bit more time because it is video and audio. When you go to download it, you'll be able to hear it. I'm not sure why I can't hear it right now. I'm guessing it's because I'm on screen sharing. But if you wanted to add this, and let me go here to a shape. And you wanted to add maybe something to it, like join me tomorrow as we take a look at my new listing. Just something simple like that. Just to kind of give a different sort of graphic, and it's not just a post. So it's something different, like a video with music or something. It's just something different that you can do, but it lets you do it all in here. And you can upload your own videos if you have them. If you want to upload like your property videos, the only thing is they have to be a certain size to be uploaded to on here. Let me see. Let me see if I can make the notification pop up. Oh yeah, so it gave me an error. So each video must be less than 250 megabytes in size. So it would just be, you would just have to upload 250 megabytes in size. So small clips, like, so if you have like a tiny preview of your property, you can upload it on here and put it in the background and just put new listing or coming soon, just things like that to draw attention and to draw people into your posts. And they also have charts here. I'm not a fan too much of the charts because you have to have them in different forms, but they are here available for you. You can edit them. You can even change the color of them and of the font here. And it's good to put like statistics on there. Like if you're gonna put like market update, like where the market is going. Say you wanted to put the numbers for a specific city on here. If you want to put homes sold, and or like if you want to do like the month of May and the month of May, March, you know, and keep going, and then just say this is how many homes sold in this month, and or this is how many people got their actual price on that month, and things like that. Does anybody have any questions? I feel like I'm like too much or something. Are you guys good? Are you guys following along? Did you need me to repeat anything?
Yes, I have a question.
Okay.
On the, let's see, on the brand kit.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so after we determine the font, so then how do we pull the colors in, like the little squares? Like if we're just creating it for the first time? You know, I know how you put the heading, you put, you found the font that you wanted. Yeah, you
Uh-huh.
did that one. Like for instance, if we have this and we want to send this to our printer or whatever, you know, or just in general, if we have this document, so then like those little squares where the red, white, and blue are, how do we make those squares on this page?
These squares.
No, the color squares. Like, would this be an example that we would use? You said we're creating it. So we create it and we keep it in Canva, but I'm saying like, what if we're creating it and we're sending it to someone to print us some business cards or something?
Oh, then you would just download. Yeah, or then you would just download it on here.
Mm-hmm.
And then you could just attach it to an email and send it to whoever you need. Is that what you were asking?
Yes, but the colors, like how do I make the squares on this page and put the red square, the blue square, the white square? You know, like I'm trying to give them an example of my colors.
Oh, okay, I got it. So you can upload them on here. So just like for this one, so say you were gonna
Mm-hmm.
send these to somebody, so I would probably screenshot them. So what I would do is I would go and I would screenshot them and
So I
just
can
send.
actually, I can just screenshot this and send it to someone? You mean like I
Yes.
thought maybe, okay, I got you. I don't have to make my own and send it. I can just pull colors and send it to them as long as I have the hex number.
Yes, yes. As long as you have the
Okay.
hex number, then you're fine. You don't have to put it on here and then send it somewhere. This is just if you want to put your hex colors on here so that whenever you do any of your marketing, it also follows your palette.
I got it. Okay.
Yeah. So say I was doing my stuff and these are my colors, then I just have them here. So this is where you would find the text color. I just have my palette here so that if I do anything else, these are the colors that I'm going to use. So I know these are the colors these are my colors of my branding kit. So I don't have to go looking around for them.
I got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Do you have any other questions? Does anybody have any other questions?
I have a question on
Yep.
the branding kit. Is it free or do you have to go buy it from Canva?
Which ones? These?
No, the branding kit when you brand, because I did put in Canva on my app.
Uh-huh.
But do
So you have this one done?
well, I didn't do any of that brand kit. Do you need to pay for the brand kit in Canva?
Do you have the pro version or do you have the free version of Canva?
I have the free version.
Oh yeah, so the free version doesn't have the branding kit. So you would just have to have your hex colors to get them every time you do like a post. If you do, so the one way I could think to get around that is if you're gonna do, so say, because I do a lot of posts in just one. So say I'm gonna do, let me give you an example. What can I use? What can I use? So let me see if I have any of the agents stuff. Actually, Francisco would be a perfect example. So for Francisco, I use a lot of his logo colors, the Equity Smart color, and the Lombard one. I hate when that happens. I forgot to lock this image. So right here is the lock, so that your images won't move. See, now it won't move into it. So I use a lot of these colors. So what I would do if I were you is I would add a new page, and then the colors that you have are going to be always on here. See, it says document colors. So if you put your colors or your color palette in here on the free version, and you just add another page and make your next post right under it, it'll keep your document colors on here.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else have any questions? Or anything else you wanted me to go over again, or something that you were interested, or something that you saw somebody do on Canva, or if you saw me do something on Canva?
Yes, Jessica, the first graphic you had with the house and the couple.
Yes.
That one, please.
Let me see. Let me show you. This one?
Yes, that one. I particularly love the very last one on the right.
This one. Okay. So I can show you how I did that. So
Thank you.
this one's actually it. So what I did, I'm gonna actually show you. Let me pull this up so I can show you right here. Let me make it smaller so I can have more workspace. So I would usually start by creating an Instagram post right here. And then what I did was I was looking for photos. So what I did was I searched homes. And you see how it came up? Oh, let me do it one more time. So I just dropped it in here and you see it came in there. If I wanted it, do you see how she's getting cut off?
Yeah.
If I wanted to add her more into the frame, what I would do is I would just double click. And you see now it lets me kind of move it around. So this right here is what's going to be cut off, all of this. And then the one that shows more is what's going to be inside the square. So I'm going to move it a little bit so she's kind of in there, but not enough so I could cut off that one. Okay. So then what I did after was I used the transparency mode, and I just made it a tiny bit softer. And then I went here to the elements and I grabbed a shape, so a square. Or actually, you know what? I actually didn't grab the square for this one. So what I did, I just went here and I added my font. So that's not the one I used. I used this one. And I just typed. It's an easy, wait. Sorry, what did it say? It's a slow process. There you go. It's a slow process. A slow process. But quitting will not speed. So then what I did was I made it a little bit squarish. I dragged it open. Feel like it's a little bit too big, so I'm gonna do that. And you see the little lines help you align it in the middle. And then I got, from my folder, I got the Remax logo. I just sized it. And there you go. That's it. Did you have any questions on it? I can share this as a template for you.
No, that's doable. I think I can do that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, sometimes I think, you know what, sometimes I think we overthink stuff. Like we think like, oh my God, how are we gonna be able to do this? Or, you know, but it's very easy. It's just, you just have to mess with things. Thank you, Edna. Yeah, it's really, really easy. It doesn't have to be super, super complicated. You can just look for a background, look for a quote somewhere, add your branding color, your kit, and you're good to go. So see, if this one was like Sonia's, for example, and I wanted to add her logo on it, let's see. Oh, and I forgot about one tool. Okay, so the Pro feature, the Pro actually has one of the features that the free one doesn't have, and it's right here on the effects. It lets you remove the background. So see that white stuff around her logo? It lets me remove it in just one click. So it'll process a little bit, and I'll take it off. And now I can use it anywhere without worrying about that block in the back of it.
I have a question regarding our personal logos.
Uh-huh.
How do you determine when to use that as opposed to Remax? Because I often find myself wanting to use it and I always shy away from it. And I don't know if, you know, obviously I'm going for the name recognition in terms of, you know, Remax brand. So I don't know if you or Sonia could answer that.
I know she does it more on her stuff, and then she tries to put it, so what I learned from Justin, actually, our marketing guy, he was the one that told me, he's like, do it, just put your brand in there, just put it in the corners. So even if you put it on the little corners, people gravitate towards the corner. They don't look straight into the picture. A lot of the times they look at the corners. They're like, just put it small somewhere. Even if you don't think people will see it, they do, because people do gravitate more towards your corner.
And it's okay to use both at the same time.
Yes, it is okay to use both. Sometimes, like you said, I find the same thing. Like I have a hard time incorporating, like, dang, do I do the Remax one or do I do Sonia's, or which one do I do? Like I have a hard time with that too. So I try to just mix it up. Like if I've used it too much, I feel, then I'll put her logo in there next, and I'll do it for the next 3 posts or something like that. And then I'll go back to the Remax color. So I just change it up. I do want my stuff to be uniform, but at the same time, like I do want to put her logo in there so it is recognizable. So it doesn't have to be on everything. Both of them don't have to be on everything, but it is useful. I mean, that's what you got the logo for, you know? So I just try to change it up.
Got it. Thank you.
And then Edna, You said something on the chat. Let me see. You said, can you do that again? How to make it transparent? The logo? So I grabbed her logo from here, from my folders. And on the effects right here on top, there's a background remover. And then you just click on it and it does it on its own. You don't have to do anything. You just click it and it'll remove the background on its own. And then what I did is I just resized it a little smaller. And then I used this little square right here, the transparency, and just made it a little bit dimmer. Because I don't even have to put it on the home. I could put it on the corner here. As long as it's somewhere in there. Did you guys have any other questions? Or something I didn't go over? So we're all good? We're ready? We're ready to go?
Thank you so much.
Thank
Yeah,
you
that was
very
good.
much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Always learning. Thanks.
You're welcome. I'll have this posted up because I know sometimes I go a little fast. So I'll have this posted up on YouTube by the end of today so that you guys can review it, okay?
Thank you. Bye.
You're welcome. All right. Have a good day, ladies. I hope to see your posts in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jessica.
Okay.
Thank you, Sonia.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Bye-bye.